Hello everyone. It's James again. And today I wanted to make a video about a particular red flag the possible narcissist reveals about themselves when you first meet them. And this early warning sign can be the golden ticket you may need to make sure you never see this person again. Because early detection is best when meeting new people. Because the longer amount of time this person has invested in you, the more they might hang around, making your life difficult if you choose not to see them anymore. And let me digress for a moment from the red flag itself. If you just meet someone, and they start dropping these red flags in front of you, you don't owe them an explanation. You don't need, nor should you confront them with your findings. Because this will just make matters worse. You can just say, you are too busy for a relationship right now, and wish them luck. Or you just found they aren't for you and you don't feel that spark. The more generic the better. Because this will keep this person from wanting to ruin your life. And they will move on to someone else. Because keep in mind, these types of people will always have several other possible victims waiting in the wings. And if you've gone out on a few dates with this person and then you choose to never see this person again, chances are you never will see this person again. Because they will move on to a new target. However, if you choose to tell them the real reason why you don't want to see them again, they might see it as an attack on their character and an injury to their mask, which might cause them to do a lot of crazy things like looking up friends you have and contacting them with the smear campaign, even if they've only known you a short while. So remember, early detection and a smooth exit. And more than likely these people will leave you alone. If you've been with these people for years and you choose to leave, you will have a nasty experience on your hands. All of that being said, what's the red flag I wanted to talk about today? Well, it's believe the narcissist when they tell you they're crazy. And it's not just the narcissist. It can be another toxic person. Like a codependent that hasn't done the self-work. Because though many of us could have been classified as codependent, we are doing the self-work. And daily trying not to do and say the toxic things we once did. That put us in bad positions in relationships. Because you better believe, a codependent to a regular healthy person is scary. Even though you or I might not mean it that way. Because if you take a step back and look at your behavior with healthy eyes, you will see what I'm saying is true. Once you notice this behavior in someone else, it will scare you a bit. But anyways, regarding this red flag, believe them when they tell you they are crazy. Here's a great example for men dealing with narcissist women. Don't worry, I will flip things around and give examples on the other side. But first, when we are dealing with toxic women, they will tell this new dating partner that their last boyfriend cheated on them. And when they found out, they kicked the door of his car as hard as they could and left a big dent. And they will be so proud of this dent and the power they generated from their kick. And how they beat up the guy. Now, whether or not if the cheating happened is beside the point. This person is clearly stating they have a violent streak in them. And they are mentioning it to you to see how you will react. If you act like it's no big deal, they know it's only a matter of time before they can start testing the waters with little slaps, disrespecting your property, and then full on attacking you. Like Susie attacking me with a shovel. And to backtrack a moment, the reason why narcissists like this will tell a story about someone cheating on them is they like to mix and match their stories. They will tell a lie with a truth to throw you off kilter a bit. So you will say to yourself, I can see why this person was so mad. And so their behavior can be somehow justified. They might also say how they were cheated on and went wild and met a bunch of random men just to get their boyfriend back. But then they will say, nothing happened with those men, of course. They were just trying to make their ex jealous. Again, they more than likely are telling a lie with a truth. More than likely this man didn't cheat on her. However, since the narcissists love to project their behavior onto someone else. They are just reliving this projection in the story they are telling to you. Because in this story she will make sure this other person is the cheater, not them. But the truth comes into play, where they say they met a bunch of random men. But then with another lie, stating nothing serious happened with these men. And what's funny is, most of these type of conversations happen within the first date to the third date. Sometimes these stories will trickle in over the first few months. But in my experience, they usually happen right off the bat, as if they are telling you who they are, and giving you the chance to leave them alone. Almost like a vampire showing you their fangs. And you still invite them into your house. And this is where narcissists get this. They must have deserved it attitude. Because in their mind they warned you. Albeit wrapped in a lie. But they told you. And they think if you're too stupid to figure it out, you deserve the hell they are going to dish out. Now, I will say this. You're not stupid. You're just overly understanding. You are trying to do the kind thing and see the reasons why they behaved the way they did. So you can give them the benefit of the doubt. But narcissists see those that give them the benefit of the doubt as stupid. And know it's quite okay to make a mistake. And miss things. But it's also quite okay to stop seeing someone that might end up being a good person. Just because you noticed some bad things in the beginning. Because it's possible this person was just trying to impress you because of their crazy toxic upbringing. And they haven't done the self-work. And they don't know as of yet how crazy the things they say to others really sound or come across. And to be honest with you, it's not up to you to fix this person. It's not your responsibility. It's your responsibility to take care of yourself. And part of that is removing yourself from toxic people and situations. No matter if the person appears to be nice. You don't know what's going on in their mind. So when in doubt, get yourself out. Now before I give you examples for women to look out for, I must say, as a man, we live in a society where if a woman hits a man it's seen as cool. Or he had it coming. People laugh. And this is a good portion of the problem with men failing this test women throw at them. They have been taught their entire life to just suck it up. And women that hit men is normal. Granted, there are some healthy men out there that will walk away from a woman like this. But it's usually not when they drop this red flag. They usually look right past it. It's usually on the 6-month mark when their mask slips and they start the do-do phase of the sweet mean cycle. The healthy men might stick it out until they turn from Miss Nice to Miss Crazy. And the do-do test starts. And usually this healthy man might have a good mother, sister, or friend they can rely on for support. And for them to tell him, this woman is nuts. I remember Susie telling me about all these men that left her. Like it was a poor her story. And when I think about it, it was almost always at the 6-month mark. That means they missed all of these other red flags. But were healthy enough to get away when she started to run the do-do test on them. And when she changed from a nice person into a literal demon on earth. But why did they miss this red flag like most of us? Because we live in a society where we are told over and over, it's okay and normal for women to hit men. And we just need to accept it. Think about what women are taught from an early age by society. That no man should ever put his hands on a woman. Even if she has toxic parents. The images she sees on TV tell her, a man hitting her is wrong. And a woman hitting a man is right. And I will say this. You women out there that are awake. You need to start telling every man you can to never let a woman hit them ever. 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 Raise your sons with this information. Set a new standard. Because this world is in some serious trouble. And in my opinion the biggest part of this horrible breakdown is good people mixing with bad people. Which creates a messed up family unit. Where the children lose out. And they grow up a complete mess. and their potential at being a genius and contributing greatly to society is lost. Laws need to be changed. And new standards need to be set. But back on topic. The female narcissist will usually say something about how they did this to that guy, or did that to that guy that hurt them. And keep in mind, the narcissist women that I've encountered that have done this were mild-mannered, covered narcissists. Susie was extra quiet in some public settings. Everyone thought she was sweet. So when she threw these things out there, I thought, wow, she must have been really wronged by those guys to do those things. But in reality, I was just being tested for my reaction. And you guessed it? She not only did all of the psychological mind screwing to me, she became violent over time. Little by little. Bit by bit. Then to the point where she became extremely violent. Swinging extension cords at me as hard as she could. Hitting me with household items. Punching me. Kicking me. And the list goes on and on. But she told me who she was the day I first met her. She told me she was violent. Albeit wrapped in a lie. But she told the truth about being violent. Now do I blame myself? No, I don't. I didn't know better then. But I know better now. And I listen very carefully when people are telling me such things. And I must say, whenever I stop talking with such a person, magically they disappear. Because I let them go before they have a lot invested in me. I just told them a random excuse and went on my way. And on about my life. Never to hear from these people again. Now, a similar red flag narcissist men will give to their women victims. They will say their girlfriend cheated on them. And they got so mad they punched a hole in the wall. Or in a door. Or through a window. And they will then focus on how they broke their hand. Or how many stitches they got. Or how they just missed an artery. Now the narcissist man knows. They can't say they hit a woman. Because they know even for a non-healthy woman, this still might make her scared. Because again, society has programmed us with men that hit women are evil. And women that hit men are awesome. So they will never say they were violent with a woman. However, they will say they acted violently around a woman regarding something she did or didn't do. Now let's look at both situations. Regardless if you are talking about a woman or a man cheating on someone, should you act violently? And is this cheater worth your energy? No, they aren't. And you want to deal with someone that is grown up and that too can see this fact. Someone that can see they are treated badly and walk away. Instead of trying to get their toxic pound of flesh. But just like I explained in the first example, with things now turned on the woman dealing with a man punching a hole in the wall, you give him the benefit of the doubt and that he was justified to be so angry, which resulted in a violent action. But I have news for you. This is not only a test, but it's a big red flag warning you this person is dangerous. Because I will almost bet you, these men that talked about punching out walls and doors, more than likely turned to punching out their woman. Just like women confessing to happily damaging their ex-boyfriend's property. Or scratching or punching on him. More than likely became very violent to the new man in her life. And one thing both men and women will say is their friends call them crazy. Now, I will have to make some gender specifications again. It's again accepted in our society for women to say these things. Women that act crazy on a man for no reason at all in our society is greeted with a high five and you go girl. However, men might not brag on it in the same way. They might say, how someone jumped them. And he just went crazy and beat the guy up that was trying to rob him. And that when something like that happens, he just sees red and blanks out. And goes crazy. Now this is the same kind of red flag but fits more in the socially accepted norms. Or at least what narcissist deems to be socially acceptable. Women can just flat out say, their friends call them crazy. Or they are known by their friends to be crazy. Both examples are the same. They are just presented in different ways. But what you need to do in both instances is run. And run fast. Make an excuse and get away from this person. This person. All the while talking over appetizers and a drink. Are telling you. They are violent. A cheater. And crazy. And known to be crazy by others. What you need to do is not be swayed by the funny humor presented along with it. Or the justification for such behavior. This person told you who they are. They told you they are a vampire on the first date. Or first few dates. Believe what this person is telling you. There's an old saying. When someone shows you or tells you how bad they really are, you better believe them. Do not give this person the benefit of the doubt. I will tell you, I've been on a few first dates that never resulted in second dates because I heard a lot of this type of stuff. Just in general conversation. Then when talking with them on the phone a few days later, I would wish them luck in the search to finding someone. And at this time I was just too busy. Or there wasn't a spark. And thankfully I never heard from these people again. Remember this. Narcissist will test your boundaries. They want to see what type of person you are. And what you will put up with. They will tell lies wrapped in a truth. And a truth wrapped in a lie. And they will bank on you giving them the benefit of the doubt. So stop giving it to them. Because the only one that you owe the benefit of the doubt to is yourself. You don't owe this stranger. I gave an example a few videos back. If you were an alcoholic, would you tell all of your horrible drunk stories to this new person you just met? How you were arrested for a DUI? Or how you woke up in jail and didn't know how you got there? And the list goes on and on. And why wouldn't you do that? Because if you've done the self-work, you don't want to be negatively judged by something you did in your past. Plus, it sounds crazy. And if you were to share that info with anyone, it would have to be that one special person you've been with for years that you know loves you very much. Well, if you were cheated on and kicked a man's door, or if a man was cheated on and punched his hand through a wall, and the entire story is 100% true, it's not something that should be shared in the get-to-know-you phase of a relationship. If you are a better person, let that person shine. I'm speaking to the codependents out there. Because sadly codependents can and do some of the same things narcissists might do. But they aren't trying to test anyone like the narcissist. They are just talking and talking and talking. Not realizing what they are saying to this new person is sounding very crazy. And in both cases I would recommend anyone on the other side of hearing these stories to run. Your safety is more important than giving someone the benefit of the doubt. It really is. Like I always say, knowledge is power. The more we know, the more we can live happy and healthy lives. Until next time. Bye for now. And be good to yourself.